Hello, hello. Hi. How are you? Welcome to Thursday, August 13th. Just checking to make sure my computer, before it kicks me off in 2 seconds, if I am live. And it looks like, hopefully. I think so. Yes, it's happening. It's happening, y'all. It's happening. Hello. Welcome. I'm going to take a little sip of water today. Or actually not, throughout the day, but right now, here with you. All right. So here we are, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to day 4 of 5 days of nourishment. Today is my favorite day. Basically one of my favorite subjects, and I'm very happy that you're joining me live or on the replay. Now, if you are joining me live or on the replay, I will continue to encourage you, because if you don't say something, I don't know that you're here. And if you want me to say hi and know that you're here, please say hello, shalom, whatever you want in the comments, or hi Timor, or put your favorite emoji in the comments. Whatever that may be, your favorite emoji. I have not looked at emojis lately, but I will just bring back actually my favorite emoji, which is the smiley face that's like that. You know, the like wacky, kooky, cute little like, what's going on? Anyway, so yeah, put a fun emoji in the comments if you're feeling shy to say hello. So you guys, we are on day 4 of 5 days of nourishment. My name is Minnetonka. Many of you know me as Minnetonka. I'm a burlesque dancer. My name is also Alyssa. Yes, Alyssa. I'm a nutritional therapist and wellness coach. And I just realized, like, I've been coming live on my Minnetonka profile for the past 13 days. I started on August 1st. This is something that I've been doing for months and months and months in my nutrition and wellness coaching practice on my public page and my private group, offering tons of free holistic wellness workshops. Also, something that I did here for the first 9 days of this month is I was offering reflections of the affirmation of the day from one of my teachers. Her name is Louise Hay, and that's one of my favorite things to do. And today we are on day 4 of 5 days of nourishment. And the reason why I am doing 5 days of nourishment here with you is to really give you, just to honestly share my love and my expertise. I think that everyone is looking for ways to connect and to feel better and to improve their lives and to really uplift each other. So that is my purpose here this week. Also, we'll talk about this at the end, and I'll talk about this more tomorrow, but I am extremely excited that for the first time ever, my private small group coaching, holistic wellness coaching program has been offered only privately, but now it is open to the public. It is called Nourish to You Flourish, and it is 6 weeks. It's starting a week from 2 weeks from yesterday. It's Wednesday, August 26th. And I will be talking about that a little bit later, a little bit more tomorrow, and I will, so there's that. But today we are focusing on self-compassion. Literally, self-compassion is one of my top favorite subjects, and something that I've been working on for many years with myself and also with my clients. So today's workshop is called How to Unlock Self-Compassion. So I'm just going to dive right in And so I think, so many of us are really familiar with the terms self-care and self-love. They are super popular terms and practices as of late, the past several years, which is absolutely wonderful. But what I really like to focus on for myself, and what I would like for you to consider, is self-compassion. Self-compassion. So what I want to first do is let's just get on the same page so we can understand what the difference is between self-care, self-love, and self-compassion. Okay? So first of all, anyone who's joining live on the replay, I don't know, what's your definition of self-care? What do you think of when you think of self-care? If you feel comfortable, put something in the comments. What is self-care? How do you offer yourself self-care? So what I think is that self-care is an activity that you do deliberately in order to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. Okay, so self-care is an activity that you do deliberately in order to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical self and health. So self-care, hi Satine, yay! Cold showers and freshly rolled joints. Hells yeah! Oh my God, we need to talk about cold showers because I am like, woo! It is hard for me, but I know that they're good for us. So thank you for sharing that self-care practice, yay. So self-care is this practice of taking action to preserve or improve your own health. So what Satine is doing is they're taking cold showers. And oh yeah, as an Aussie, you love cold showers. I mean, I'm telling you, the Australians, God bless those Australians. Okay, so self-care is this practice of taking action to preserve or improve your own health. So, some consider self-care cold showers or even, bubble baths. That's more of like, I think a popular thing for many people. Pedicures is self-care. You bet your booty the minute that New York City went into phase 3 that I got a freaking pedicure after last time was November. So some of people really consider that self-care. For others, self-care might be doing your taxes early, like in February. Or self-care could even be cooking healthy meals for yourself or your friends and family. Okay? All right, so that's self-care. Now we're moving on to self-love. So just as self-care is going to be different and people are going to have a different relationship, everyone's going to have a different relationship with that. The same thing for self-love. So self-love is something that's really very unique to each individual. Lynn, hi, yay! Okay, before we dive into self-love, I just want to say thank you for these beautiful humans who are here watching live. And then if you're watching the replay, please comment along the way. If you want to say, what are you talking about? Or amen, or here's my favorite emoji, or hells yeah, or oh, I want more information about that, whatever, so we can continue the conversation. And if you're live also, or watching the replay, so I know that you're here, so I can say hi, like Lynn and Satine. So, okay. So we're talking about self-compassion, which is literally my favorite topic and subject in the entire world. But first I want to just acknowledge self-care and self-love, which I think are more popular and common terms. So we've defined self-care. We're moving on to self-love. So I think that self-love is like regards for one's own well-being and happiness. And self-love, I think, can motivate you to make healthy choices in life. I think that self-love is about self-acceptance, and it means really understanding your needs and honoring them. So, I don't know, does anyone else have anything that they want to share about self-love? I think these terms, self-care and self-love, while they are so amazing and so necessary, they have gotten a lot of play. So they, sadly, like many really important terms and words, their meaning has lessened a little bit, and not as profound as they actually are. So I just want to acknowledge that meal prepping is a form of self-love. Oh my God. I mean, yes, 100%. Meal prepping is a form of self-love. Hells yes. Cheers to that. Let's all take a sip of our water. If you have some with you, or if you don't, go get yourself some. So we can stay hydrated together. Wholesome nutrition is self-love. Yes. Yay. Okay. So we are about to move on to self-compassion, which self-compassion literally, when I say the word, like literally tears are welling up in my eyes. I feel this so deeply in my being to share this with you and help you with self-compassion. Look at my face is turning red because I feel it, and I'm like on the verge of just, it's so deeply important. So thank you for being here, live or on the replay. So self-compassion, here we are with self-compassion. Self-compassion is being kind and gentle with yourself in your mind and in your deeds. So it's turning love and acceptance and understanding inward. Self-compassion is when you extend compassion toward yourself in instances of perceived inadequacy, failure, or suffering, or hurt. Self-compassion is listening to the thoughts in your mind, those detrimental thoughts in your mind that might play on repeat, that you listen to them without judgment. Self-compassion is not shoulding on yourself. Like, I should do that, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. So self-compassion is not shoulding on yourself when you have time to take a free online class or learn a new hobby and you really just don't feel like it. Making yourself like kind of feeling like crap, or like beating yourself up because you think you should be doing something when you actually don't feel like it. Yeah, oof, I know. Talk to me. I mean, this is talk to me. This is so key. Okay. So self-compassion is letting go of feeling guilty for feeling happy when others are suffering. How many of us have fucking felt guilty for when we're in an okay place the past handful of months, when we know and we feel bad to even think, oh my God, there are so many people that are worse off than I am, and feeling guilty about that? Okay, so Satine says the burden of commitment and not wanting to disappoint people. Oof, 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 oof. The burden of commitment and not wanting to disappoint people. I'm telling you, self-compassion. Okay. So self-compassion is really letting go, like learning to let go of that feeling of guilt when you're feeling okay and when maybe others are suffering. Okay. Self-compassion, another kind of, thing is like self-compassion is actually, watching like Netflix all day and not feeling guilty about it. Can I tell you guys how many times in my life where I feel like I should go outside because it's this gorgeous day and I am laying on my couch, not that I'm like depressed or sad or anything, but I just don't have the energy or whatever, and I fucking make myself feel even worse. I'm like, oh my God, I should be going outside. It's so beautiful. Oh my God, why aren't I doing that? Why am I that? It's like, whoa. It's a human experience. And so what I am offering to you is this concept and practice, a learned practice of self-compassion, which is, I think, I'm going to make this statement right now and I'll say it again, which I actually think is the foundation to even before you even can get to true self-love and true self-care, you absolutely need to first have compassion for yourself. Yeah. Okay. So why is it so hard for us to be self-compassionate? Hi, David. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. I love this dress too. Thank you so much. Okay. So why is it so hard? Why do you think it's so hard to be self-compassionate? Why are we so hard on ourselves? So, when you open your heart, learn how to open your heart just as much as when you open your heart to one of your closest, dearest friends or a beloved person to you, then you can help bring healing to yourself and therefore to the world. Oh, wow. Satine says we were taught we didn't deserve it. Oh, my God. Yeah. So I want to say that again, that when you open your heart or learn to open your heart or continue to practice opening up your heart to yourself with just as much, with being just as open in your heart as you are to of your dearest friends or your dearest loved ones, then you can bring healing to yourself and literally to the world. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. So for me, health and healing, healthy and healing coping is really about self-compassion. So global pandemic or not, this is something that I've been working on personally for years and years and working on with my clients for years. So I think just like the energy of the universe right now just kind of brings so many different, honestly, it's not all heaviness because there's so much amazingness out there. But I just want to acknowledge that that there is this collective thing that we're going through in all different ways. So I just want to say again that 100% self-love and self-care are so important and they're so critical and they really mean something different to different people. But what I am here to talk about and to advocate and to promote today, now, and forevermore is self-compassion. So I believe that when you practice self-compassion and you learn about self-compassion, that then true self-love and self-care follow and it becomes easy and just something so natural. Okay. So there is this woman, her name is Kristin Neff, and she is she's kind of like, what am I looking for? She's at the forefront of self-compassion. She's done research, she's written books, TED Talks, all that. So she has a book called Self-Compassion, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself. So I would like to share in her book that she states that there are three components that entail, or self-compassion entails three components. Okay, are you ready? Okay, number one. This is Kristin Neff. Her book, Self-Compassion. Okay. Self-compassion entails three components. Number one, here we go. Self-compassion requires self-kindness. so that we're gentle and understanding with ourselves rather than being harshly critical and judgmental. Number 2, self-compassion requires recognition of our common humanity, feeling connected with others in the experience of life rather than feeling isolated and alienated by our suffering. Fucking huge. Self-compassion requires mindfulness. That we hold our experience in balanced awareness rather than ignoring our pain or exaggerating it. I will go over those again, but I'm going to move forward because those are, and let's just take a breath, because how amazing is self-compassion? Take a breath and a sip of your water or whatever you're drinking to hydrate. All right. So this is what I believe and I hold true to myself and to my clients that I work with. So yeah, China. Okay, here we go. You're here with me right now. Like there's endless possibilities. Like we are fucking in this together. Okay. I believe that a first step towards self-compassion is that you first just need to become an objective observer of your thoughts. Okay, so we have these thoughts that are swimming around in our mind all the time, like some are helpful, some are not helpful, some are detrimental, some are fabulous, some are hurtful, some, it's all the range. We're human. So, however, our human primitive brains really tend to kind of latch on to the negative. And so what I'm offering you is that when you are thinking about maybe how critical and judgmental you have been treating yourself for your whole damn life, and that hasn't been so wonderful, and you're looking to evolve and improve and feel better, that the first step is really to just observe without judgment your thoughts. Not just like, it's like when I mentioned a few minutes ago, like over the years, laying on my couch, it's a gorgeous day outside, and I'm fucking so like, why aren't you getting out? Like, why are you on your couch? Like, you should be getting outside. It's gorgeous out. What are you doing? You're wasting the day. That is so mean. It's so mean and it's so unnecessary. So the first step is like, okay, I'm hearing myself think these thoughts. Interesting. I'm not going to judge them. I'm just observing them. I am recommending that you begin to ultimately manage your mind, but begin to just become this like non-judgmental observer of your thoughts. It's like, get to know what's actually going on in your brain. Because you guys, we have these thoughts that are going around and we aren't even aware. So really it's just like, okay, let's become an objective observer. So now, as I've if you've been with me, whether like in my wellness group or the past, I think few weeks here, I've definitely mentioned this before. So when you think about thoughts in our minds, so a thought is literally just a sentence in your mind. And something that one of my teachers, Louise Hay, has taught me is that it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed, but it does, it takes intention. So, but first, as you begin to watch your thoughts and observe your thoughts in this non-judgmental way, you get to know what's going on in your mind and in your brain, so that ultimately you can become just so loving and kind and nurturing and non-judgmental toward yourself and your thoughts. So a thought can become an action 100%. I mean, there's this whole, you've got a circumstance that's neutral. Then you have a thought about that, and then a feeling, and that creates your actions and your results 100%. So I am all about learning to not beat ourselves up, because truly, where has that gotten us? We have absolutely had successes, and we have moved forward, and we have done wonderful things that have brought us to where we are today. However, I think that there are some limiting, maybe painful or hurtful thoughts that it's time to let go of. It's just time to let go of. And it's time to be more self-compassionate towards ourselves. So what I would like to just ask you is, like, what's one thing, whether it is like in your actions, your deeds, or in your mind, like, what's one thing that you can do, like honestly, like something just really doable and manageable. One thing that you can do in your thought or in your action or deed that is more compassionate with yourself. I mean, I especially if you're thinking, oh my gosh, the thoughts in my mind, especially if there's like a detrimental thought that you keep thinking over and over again, or even a circumstance that you're in right now, that is impacting you in some way. How can you become more compassionate with yourself? So I want to remind you of Kristin Neff's 3 components to self-compassion. Number 1, self-compassion requires self-kindness. That we're gentle and understanding with ourselves rather than being harshly critical and judgmental. Number 2, self-compassion requires recognition of our common humanity. Feeling connected with others in experience in life rather than feeling isolated or alienated by our suffering. Self-compassion requires mindfulness, that we hold our experience in balanced awareness rather than ignoring our pain or exaggerating it. So this is the beginning of my offering of self-compassion. It is literally one of my favorite topics, something that I mentioned I've been focusing on for years and years with my own healing journey, something that I work on a lot with my clients, as I believe that when you are just a human living life, that learning how to practice self-compassion towards yourself can only ultimately help bring you this sense of connectedness, the sense of kindness and mindfulness and connectedness to humanity, knowing that you are actually not alone in your pain or suffering, and bringing this balanced awareness that, there's no need to exaggerate or ignore, just actually listening to your thoughts or your body's pain with non-judgment, learning with yourself and from yourself and learning about yourself, and then also just that being so kind to yourself. I have become so obsessed with being so nice to myself in my mind. Look, I'm not perfect. It's not all the time, but I love it. I love turning all those years of, judgment around and learning and practicing self-kindness and self-compassion, because I truly believe when you are wanting to evolve and grow and make healthy changes, that being nurturing to yourself and kind to yourself is the way to go. I believe that when you put these demands and expectations on yourself that are really unrealistic, and then you don't follow through, and then you beat yourself up about it, that is literally the opposite of what we're trying to do here. It's about knowing your boundaries, setting your boundaries, learning your limits, being kind and compassionate, and moving forward and building trust with yourself. All of this is stuff that I work on in my 6-week group coaching course. It is starting in 2 weeks. It's called Nourish Till You Flourish, you guys. It starts August 26th. It's a small group coaching course that I have only offered privately in the past. I am now offering it publicly. And actually, the early bird rate ends tomorrow. I'll be talking about the program a little bit more tomorrow, but it focuses on holistic wellness. So there's the first 2 weeks we talk about mindset. Self-compassion is a component of that. The next 2 weeks we focus on digestion and mindful eating and nutrition. And then the final 2 weeks we talk about lifestyle, which really includes setting boundaries and sleep, etc. So it's this beautiful program that is truly this amazing new opportunity if you are looking to heal and feel better and you're ready for change and to be a part of a community of like-minded people with me as your guide. Send me a message and let's talk. I'll also put information, I'll just put a link in the comments to the program. Oh, Satina, you know what? Let's just get on the phone. Like literally, let's get on the phone because I feel like let's get on the phone. We talked a couple years ago, just like briefly, and I just been really thinking about you. So anyway, so if you're curious, send me a message or check out the webpage. I made it myself, so I'll just look at it because I'm freaking proud. I think it's so beautiful, and it's the one thing I can say is that the people who were in the program before, we built this beautiful community, and there was a lot of healthy transformation and growth that came out of it immediately and within that 6 weeks. I can say that very confidently. So let's do it. Let's do it. But in the meantime, self-compassion, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me live and on the replay. And tomorrow is day 5 of 5 days of nourishment. And I'll be talking a little bit more about the program. So until then, have a really beautiful and safe Thursday. It's August 13th, 2020. Some of you know me as Minnetonka, the burlesque dancer. Some of you know me as Alyssa. I'm also a nutritional therapist and wellness coach. Some of you know me as both. So farewell for now. Stay safe. Bye, you guys. Go with self-compassion.